Hello everybody. We should be live for the first time in what feels like years. Got an enhanced risk today, so we better buckle up. Severe thunderstorm up ahead near Marty. We're balling out today, chat. It's been a long time. I missed you guys. It's been like, I think the 28th was our last stream, so it's been a long time. It's been a long time, chat. Unfortunately, Starlink is still not set up for us. I didn't get the mount. The mount comes tomorrow in the mail, so we're running today without Starlink. Sorry, chat. I have yet to eat lunch today, so I just finishing up my lunch. I got a gas station hot dog, a bag of chips, and some peanut butter M&Ms. So you can see the anvil up there on that storm we're approaching right now. Hopefully everybody's having a great Monday, July 7th. Wow, it's already almost a third of the way through July. It has been a long time, chat. It has been a long time. Welcome in, Grifter. Welcome in, Tiffany. Mid R6 match. Oh, I forgot to set up my location. Give me 1 second. See, like, it's been such a long time that I forgot what I have to do. I'll fix radar here in a minute. Radar should be working. We are just south of Spencer. Heading north towards the Marty, South Dakota, Pickstown, South Dakota area. There's a locally favorable environment, I think, for tornadoes. A couple of supercells down also into central Nebraska. A couple severe thunder warnings. A couple nice storms up there, but this Marty storm's got my attention here. I will fix that radar here in a minute. I don't know why it's taken the North Platte radar. Is a really important one here, but it is. So if this thing can dive south into the better moisture, I think we'll get a nice show today. Even if it doesn't, it just stays on the boundary. If it can stretch some boundary vorticity, we might have a good shot at a land spout tornado here in the next 20-30 minutes. It's already super cellular though, so it's like, I don't know what to call tornadoes that are like from a supercell, but they're not like mesocyclonic. Like they're not actually from the mesocyclone itself, like the typical RFD type tornado. But either way, we're heading there. It looks a little weird right now. We're still quite a ways away. It's a little small. This running here, then I gotta clean everything out. It has been quite a while. So I'll give the story on what happened. So I had to work until stream it. And then I went up to the third. I went to go to Chase Canada, and I got to the border station like 10 minutes after it closed, and they wouldn't let me go through. So I couldn't chase Canada. And then on the 4th, I overslept and didn't make it down to Kansas. I still somehow saw a tornado just as I was driving by, just a weak little spin up land spout. And then on the way home from that trip, I caught an ice storm in the Black Hills, but it really wasn't that great. It was done in 10 minutes. Like as I was setting up the stream, it was dying, so I just said never mind. And then yesterday, I saw the target. You know, I wanted to chase, but I had something come up and I couldn't get out yesterday, so I ended up missing those spouts out in Colorado yesterday, which was a little disappointing. I love land spouts. I think today there is some tornado potential, but it's going to be a little bit weird and tough to realize, I think. I do think that there's a shot we get a hybrid tornado. It's not a very high chance, but it was enough to make me chase today. Get this radar overlay and everything fixed up here. I have began working on on a couple of videos, a couple of vlogs, so I'm pretty excited about that. I wonder who else up here. I know Ryan's in the area, but I think he went a little further west into South Dakota. Definitely not that many people out today. I mean, it is July. Get this all fixed up here, chat. There we go. There we go. And I just got to fix that overlay, and we should be set. We should be set here, chat. similar to pictures I saw of that storm down south. Yeah, I don't think we're going to go cross the river for this. I think it's going to come down our way pretty shortly here. Yeah, I don't want to. We're going to head out towards Lynch or Bristow. Sorry, I know the service is going to be in and out today. We still do not have Starlink remounted. Basically, my radar not functioning correctly. Hold on, chat. We're just gonna have to find places with service. We're gonna have to chase this like we did before starting. How are you already overheating? You guys are already overheating. That's crazy. Alright, brightness is down. Let's get Bluetooth off of here. AirDrop, Bluetooth. We can even turn off Wi-Fi, as we've got no Starlink today. Land spouts are definitely possible with an environment like this. Just float off the back half of this. Wait, is it gonna just float off to the east? I think it's gonna dive south though. Like, I don't want to get too far north of it. Like, it should, once it gets strong enough, come south here. Hopefully this thing can survive. There's a pretty strong storm out by Winter as well. right. We've still got a couple updrafts kind of battling it out here, so they should conglomerate into this larger one. Should conglomerate into this larger one there on the right. I just really think it's a bad idea to try and cross the river here. Absolutely weak. Okay, we'll go up a little more here. New updraft kind of forming just to our east. We'll get up here and come around. There's all these little towers trying to go up here on and around our storm. It is severe warned. I think my radar's a little bugged though. this is working a little better. Sorry, we're still down Starlink. I have the antenna, the dish, and everything still works. It's just I have nowhere to mount it. I think once we get a couple more updrafts to merge in here, things might be okay. It's looking a little messy. Tall freaking grass here. Yeah, so we are sitting, you can kind of see this new updraft forming overhead here. It's not perfect, it's a little small. It's not getting that explosive growth. I'll be right back. That one north looks like it's got a fairly solid base on it, chat. See that base off in the distance there. It doesn't look too bad. It's pretty low. Hopefully this comes down south across the river and survives. Or we get a new storm out in front here. It's gonna be one. Which aren't even forecast to happen until a little later. So yeah, as this storm kind of merges with this other updraft, I think good things are going to happen. I just want it to move south of the river, otherwise there's going to be a tough time trying to get to it. It's literally just sitting over Marty right now. wait and see what these things do. Yeah, this thing doesn't look too bad though. We've got a kind of a blocky little thing here. I think either one of these could try. There's like a couple areas we got to keep an eye on. And then there's kind of two areas. I just wish they would move off the river, but they're just like hugging the river right now. Okay, it does seem like it is trying to deviate south though. Stuff is getting low, chat. Let's flip you around here. I think the more likely storm to do it's going to be this northern one. The southern one's still pretty early on in its life. I just wish we could get to this guy a little more efficiently. Yeah, so we're gonna have a merger here. Once it gets to Verdell, Niobrara, we should be fine. Yeah, I mean, there's like a little occlusion there. do we just go say what the heck and go back all the way around to Marty? I don't think we do. Definitely something trying to get going right there, though. We might go back just north. I don't want to cross the river. The storm is trying to get me to cross the river, and I know the minute that I do, it is not going to work out. All right, we're just going to slide north here. Use the road network, get to like a riverbank, and just see what we can find out there, out here. Just didn't want to do that because I'm worried we're going to lose service, but it doesn't look bad. It just needs to cross for us. Rotating inclusion there though, chat. You see that little kind of cylinder hanging off the backside? There is some weak rotation on that. It's not probably tight enough, and it's probably too late for it to produce, but I think things are moving in the right direction here. Just gotta be patient today. Just gotta be patient today. an RFD. Better here, chat. We gotta get moving here pretty soon. Here comes the RFD. Oh my god. Things might be about to get spicy. Crossing the river. Nice summertime mini here, chat. Just wish it would cross the river for us. like the problem is it's just messing with us. Like it won't cross, it won't come south. So if we race out east to Niobrara and then go north, it's just gonna, just an annoying storm. Just move off the river. That's a ways down. I just don't think it's wise to move back west to cross, but like, because if it does cross, we're out of luck. Just a very frustrating storm with this. Hopefully this merger causes it to get large enough to come down. Oh. Let's flip our... We'll see a little wall cloud here, a little collar cloud. Man, I'm so annoyed that we can't get to it. Can't tell what that is. Okay, well, whatever it was, that little, there was a little thing beneath it. It's gone now. We might gamble and cross into South Dakota. I don't know what to do here, chat. Like, it just won't come down. Like, why won't it just cross? Please cross the river. Yeah, like once it right turns, it should come south. It's just not coming south. Like I keep getting tripped up on what I want to do. I feel like if we go north and cross though, it's the worst option because it's just going to come south. just doesn't want to come down off that river. Hopefully this merger happens and it works out though. Like, it is moving almost due east. Little lowering here. Looks like a new wall cloud with the old cycle next to it. Maybe this is just taking over. That would be perfect. All right, we gotta get moving here pretty soon. Here comes the empty. Through a merge right now. I'm frustrated with how this storm is behaving. I just wish it would come down for us so we could actually watch it. It's just sitting like, I want to get close, there's going to be a tornado, but the way that this storm is trying to want to play ball with us today. Alright, I guess this is our road chat. Well, let's just hope that it works. Get a merge, NATO. Alright, we gotta get moving here pretty soon. Here comes the empty. Oh my god, it's really fast. Hopefully we can just get something off this here with this merger. Hopefully it merges further south. It does seem that way. That northern cell does appear to be weakening. This guy appears to be taking over. A little disorganized still, but there is some kind of boundary here. We're just kind of running around these roads, figure out how to get to this thing a little more efficiently. does seem like this southern one is going to take over, but it's going to take over sure enough, like right into South Dakota. This storm just does not want us to have fun today. It does not want to give Nebraska anything. I love Nebraska, but I do not love the river crossings right up here. Hopefully it'll try and ride that boundary down. I mean, this thing's developed really quickly. It's pretty low now. I think what I might do is just Lake Drive. was looking solid. It's looking a little bit more rough right now. Like we get all the way in and then they just have a gate on the other side. I hate when that happens. It's got some work to do, but it does look overall pretty good. It's got some work to do, but I think this thing's got a shot. You ever just drive off the 2 tracks just for the love of the game? Just straight into the grass? I mean, why are some parts of this road just perfect? And then there's just random sections that are like this. How can this be? Please don't be a gate. Okay. The 2 tracking continues. Storm right now, definitely a little outflow dominant type of style to it, but I think she'll come around here. We're just gonna get down towards Highway 12 here and go east. All right, we gotta get moving here pretty soon. It is summertime, chat. Back to school, but I mean, honestly, I love anything that's not winter. Ooh, this thing's getting pretty, chat. This thing is cooking. Just got to get down here 2 miles, and then we'll go east, and then we're really open up into a better road now. Got a little mini RFD cut. Look at that. Couple little storms out here in this area. Jumper. This towering cumulus just everywhere out here. Definitely got that summer look to it. Chat. It's a little outflow oriented, and the only RFD cut's really weak, but I think we're cooking. Woo! Finally got a storm on the Nebraska side here. There's so many updrafts going up here though. Like, it's probably going to get messy pretty quickly just because it's an uncapped summertime pattern, and storms can just blow up and there's really nothing to stop them, you know, because normally there's not much shear. But for whatever reason today we've got a good amount. We've got this storm off to the north here, and we're just going to go get in front of it. Got a full tank of gas. Almost a full tank. Little mini supercell here. Looking a little rough, chat. Who's in the... Is that Olbinski? He's still out? Got a lot of people out for such a marginal day. I didn't see the North Dakota target. Alright, we gotta get moving here pretty soon. Here comes the 10 a.m., so I would not have made that. Here's our cell. how it's just hanging right on the river though. There's a little bit of a couplet right there. There's a bit of a couplet on radar, right where that little scuddy lowering I just showed you was. Now we have to find a good place to view. I don't see anything, but there's got to be a better place to stop and watch this thing. It does look like we did get a pretty sizable RFD surge just now. Of course, we are on the road where you can't really see any ground circulation. There's no real hill we can sit on. No real hill we can sit on here, chat. Sorry about the service again. I am down Starlink. I will be getting my mount in the mail tomorrow, and tomorrow is not a chase day, I don't think so. We should be chilling with it tomorrow. Oh boy, was that a road I could have taken just now? Hold on. Was that a road? It was not showing up on Apple Maps. Part of me wants to keep going, part of me wants to stop. We'll just keep going. Just sit here in the notch and wait, I guess. Little teeny tiny hook. I don't think that's a real couplet on radar. I think it's a strong area of rotation in there. So this would be an ideal spot to stop, is up here. This is a pretty ideal spot, I think. Little mini supercell here. I'm gonna go wipe off this windshield here and I'll be back in a minute. We did just get an RFD surge, so we could get a tornado out of this. I think it needs to get a little bigger though. I think it's a little small. Tell you what though, chat, motion is definitely not too bad on it. It's at least got some movement in the base. Far from what I would hope to see, but it's there. Most certainly there, chat. Try and find my fault. Wipe off this windshield and stuff right now. A pretty sizable RFD. Okay, there is a weak little occlusion here, chat. You see that thing on that back side there? That's got a little bit of weak rotation there. I would say that's moderate rotation. I'm gonna get my camera ready just in case. Kind of two areas right now. There's that western occlusion and the eastern one. The eastern one's normally the one you want to watch. Like rotation this weekend on that western one anyway. It's definitely curling for a second, but any type of RFE surge would be on the basis. You can just build a wide enough little eddy here. If we can get just one of these things to be wide enough, I think we'll have a tornado. Thermodynamic profile is great today. Wind profile could be better, could be worse. Where is my plant now? Here. Got this little curl trying to work its way back through here. Yeah, I don't think this cycle's got it. Doing that really long hook thing. I see a lot of right to left, but not any motion coming back. It just seems like. And if it is there, it's pretty weak. I don't see much rotation in this. I think we're gonna keep moving here, guys. I think it is time to keep going. That just seems like linear motion to me. Get out and get out ahead. There's a lot of updrafts going up, so I'm getting worried it's going to get messy pretty quickly. There's also a pretty nice storm developing down to the south, just visually from how I'm seeing stuff up here. It's kind of a little outflow dominant. go east here and see if another cycle will get it done. There's that other storm south. We got other storms coming in from the north too. We're gonna get messy pretty quickly. Is looking weird. Looks like it just occluded like 80% of its base, and now all that's left is this outflow stuff. Super weird. Almost to Rudell. Yeah, there's like no scud on the southern flank of this anymore. It's all just from the hail core. Happened here. I think this storm's gone. I think we're probably going to have to get back on something on that thing further south. There's like nothing left. This thing's dead. Wow, that went away fast. Maybe it's still going to live here, but not look very good anymore. Looks really solid for a second. I bet the echo tops have just dropped. I'm trying to find a good spot. I think the storm's just trying to weaken really rapidly. There's a road up here that I would like to try, but I think this thing is dead. It is not drawing air in on that southern flank anymore. See if we can't go this way. Well, the road is open. Do not enter when flooded. I will not be doing that. go after. There's a little lowering there on that eastern edge, but it could be fine. It might just be getting smaller again. It did get wider for a minute there, but I don't see much rising motion. Maybe some weak rising motion. Got this little guy over here. It's looking a tad rough though, chat. We might be very quickly heading to get on that southern storm. But this storm, another one we're gonna do. I don't think this thing's gonna make it. I guess I should have woken up at like 3 a.m. and left for North Dakota, shouldn't I? Alright, well, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to go south. Maybe that Cretan storm does it. I wonder what this guy's issue is. Like, he should be fine, but maybe just not quite enough shear. But yeah, I don't think it looks very hot. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and go south here, chat. Let's give the environment a quick glance and try and figure out what the problem is. Our shear appears to be pretty good. Not much in the way of low-level shear, maybe. Maybe it's the influence of that storm down south. Here's really an outflow. Maybe a weak little circulation there on that right side. But I don't think that's going to do anything. I also do think that this is outflow, so I think we're just going to go south. I wish I knew what the problem was up here. Thermodynamics. this thing's toast. I just wish I knew what the exact problem was for it. Maybe that new Echo Top scan here. Because it's got to be dropping, right? Unless it really is just going to be this small the whole time. It's just weakening. Those storms down south don't look that strong either. Oh, tornado warning near Yuma. Colorado. It's nowhere close to where we're at, and the structure of that storm's a little wonky. I think this guy's just toast. What happened? It went from being pretty solid to just all of a sudden not so much. All right, I guess we're just gonna go southeast. Hopefully one of these cells is better down here. Just too struggling. Maybe the storm down by Cretan will work out better for us. Alrighty. Well, it's nice to be back on stream again. It's been like a week, more than a week, because it was so 28th, 30th. Yeah, it's been like 9 days. It's been a long time. Thank you for the $5, Christopher. I really appreciate that. I just saw that. Thank you so much. Sorry, I have not been doing a good job at checking chat. I'm kind of surprised it's still running. The stream's still running considering how bad my service is. Sorry about the long time on that, Christopher. I've been trying to figure out what our deal is today. Why is our storm so unable to get its act together? just gonna go south. It's just hovering over the river. There it is right there. I think we're gonna go south. There is another storm down there. A couple other cells. Maybe we can squeeze something out. Severe warning now down south for a creek. We gotta be like, yeah, we're only like 30 minutes off that thing. Is that the entire storm that we're looking at right there? Maybe she isn't a ship. Well, that's probably the left split. I've been wondering why it hasn't been working. Like, I would get it, you know, tornadoes are much more finicky than supercells. Like, if your supercell's dying, hopefully we can approach this thing pretty quickly. I don't know if I've ever been to this exact spot in Nebraska before. Kind of pretty. I know I've been to Niobrara, and I know I've been to Spencer, but I don't think I've been on this road in between ever. There's a lot of storms going up though. On my phone, but I can't. Yeah, this one looks like it's gonna have this. It's having the same problems. As fast as we humanly can without violating traffic laws. So, if we don't see any nice structure, we'll have to put this day down as a bust. it's because of the cloud cover from these storms south. It's cooling off the air just enough. Or it could be that that storm, like, tried to just fly through its own rain again. Who knows, man? Weather is a little complicated. We also just don't have the upper level support. In fact, we've got pretty hostile mid and upper levels, especially as we get later on into today's event. So tomorrow's probably going to be a down day, and then I'm watching the day after, probably going to head back home. Look at that. I also think they have a marginal out for tomorrow. They have out for tomorrow. Okay, they do have a slight out for tomorrow, actually. I lied. Slight risk for Oklahoma for wind damage. And then the following day, they have a marginal out for the Dakotas and Nebraska. And then day 4. I know they've got something on day 4 too. Alright, we gotta get moving here pretty soon. Here comes the other 58. Oh my god. little bit more solid. Still looks a little weird, but maybe a little lowering on the flank of this. It's got like that supercell shape. Look at that. Keep going down there. Hopefully we can get just a sustained supercell for a little bit, man. Like, things are just a little too mini. Punch right through the back side of this hail. Just wish we weren't so messy. Getting messy fast. What's that Grand Island storm looking like? Those are all behind outflow. Seems like everything is just going to run into too many storms. Got a nice little basin on it though. Although it seems like I'm still going to have another day without a truly photogenic July tornado. I have never seen a great July tornado. I've seen a couple weak ones, but that's it. I haven't actually had one that's fully touched down. I've had it with it's like a little funnel or a little dirt whirly. And that's about it. I did have a land spout last year and it wasn't very good. And then I did have a little brief tornado on July 6th in Nebraska, not the big one, the other one. Then what else? Oh, I did have a dusty one in 2023. I've seen several, just not any good ones. And so what I've missed 2 good tornadoes this month, I think. That I could have probably chased. Yesterday in Colorado, an hour from my house, and then the day prior. Or not the day prior, the next day, today up in North Dakota. What am I saying? That's with the slow speed. Why are we going? Where are we going? 20 under. Base may be a little bit more developed on this one, at least a little bit of a wall cloud off there to the left. Sorry, my windshield is just destroyed. We are legitimately going 25 under right now. I gotta get around these people. thing is it just got blasted by outflow. I think we might be about done. It might be time to go back west. Valentine's at a 62. Dew point's a little higher out west than expected, but maybe we get down here and then go back out to Ainsworth. I just hope for something along the boundary. Not sure where we go from here. I don't want to go, we can't really go any further south. Our option might just be to go back west. Oh. Got a little occlusion right there that we just passed. We'll flip back around so you guys can see it. It's just not looking so hot. There's nothing even to see really, never mind. It's about, we've got this flying updraft here. Here hasn't really yielded too much. I'm just gonna go west. Alright, we gotta get moving here pretty soon. Here comes the 50. we gotta get moving here pretty soon. Here comes the over 50. Go west. I mean, east looks like junk. When in doubt, west. There's also some surprise 60s out there. There's a boundary here. Cumulus is starting to fade, but on the boundary it's getting agitated, so especially out by Ainsworth, I think this is where you want to be. It's a heck of a drive, though. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's an hour and a half. And if that doesn't produce anything, we'll probably just have to head back home. I don't really like the mile that much. But I really need to look at the following day, Wednesday. random temperature fluctuations where the windshield will just fog up for like 2 seconds. I've never seen it do this. Can you guys see it when it fogs up? Yeah, see, fogged up, gone. It's a really dry profile on Wednesday. 65 over 95. Or excuse me, 95 over 65. That's really dry. That's like a land spout type of environment, but the faster our storm's moving, 20. Well, it might be moving off the boundary a little too fast. I think what we're really looking for is a storm back. All right, we got to get moving here pretty soon. Here comes the RFD. I wish I would paint the right line so my car wouldn't lose its mind. we gotta get moving here pretty soon. Here comes the other FD. Almost O'Neill. Storm in this area last year in August. Tough to get a tornado today, Chuck. Tomorrow might do stuff up in, or excuse me, 2 days from now might do stuff out in the Dakotas, but. Here comes the other FD. Oh my God. especially with western extent. That's where those steep low-level lapse rates are, right by Ainsworth. So I think if we're gonna get a tornado, it's probably gonna be a land spout tornado. Let's fix you guys from being blinded. If we get a tornado, it's probably Yankton tornado warning storm's already getting messy. So I think what we'd probably be looking for is that Dustin storm to produce something. Maybe something else along this boundary can get it done. Satellite, but those steep low-level lapse rates really nose into look at that. Here to the west. There's a combination of rates and moderate. Oh my god, it I'm not sure how much dust a land spout out here would actually kick. Yeah, like I wonder if out here to show everything. Almost to O'Neill. Almost to O'Neill, guys. And then I think we're just gonna go out west and camp somewhere along this boundary and hope we get lucky. I mean, that's probably the best shot. I don't want to chase a bunch of random rain-wrapped junk that's gonna produce something that we can't see and gonna be all boundary target if it works out. I think shear's just a little strong for a good land spout. We could get a weak one, and you never really know what the atmosphere is going to do. The number of days this year, my two best tornado days this year, or my two best tornado days in my career, three best, were on days where I didn't know if I'd be seeing a tornado or not. Talking about weatherfront satellite viewer. guess is it's going to be something over here, man. Don't quite know what it's going to be, though. That dust and storm could be interesting, too. Kind of like a double boundary thing here. I do like that stuff further west, though, for spouts. But it's really tough when you've got such a long corridor to play here, especially for land spouts. With supercells, this would be like a pretty average to even small corridor to target. But land spouts occur in such a small time scale where you really only get about 5 minutes. And if you don't see it in that time frame, you're not gonna see it unless it's like a hybrid. So the question is, which storm? We'll just keep going to Atkinson because we can get both that way. It's that big pile of junk off east, and we're just going west. That sun is bright. Is Atkinson. About 30 minutes from here. That's not too bad. It's not too bad. Think here. I mean, I don't think that dust and storm is going to be too terribly photogenic unless it gets further south. And either way, it'd be easier to catch it north of Atkinson. right, back to O'Neill. It did just severe warn that storm near Spencer. I don't think I want to go north. If tops jump too much higher on that storm coming out, Dustin will go up north. Get on that. Here comes the RFD. Kind of debating north here. It looks like I just gridded, so we'll just rock with going west still, plan on the original plan. And we've got a gridded road network chat, so we don't have to take these highways. Sometimes the sandhills in northern Nebraska, you're really just highway chasing, but in this area, you do have some pretty good gridded road networks. It's probably going to be pretty high base up north. It's still pretty small. I just don't want to jump into all that rain to the east. And with these steep lapse rates out here, these storms should be prettier, even if they are higher based. I just want to get up a little further north before I decide. Should be getting an updated look at the environment here in about 30 minutes. Through the Storm Prediction Center's mesoscale analysis page. I love to check that out every hour when I'm out chasing. We should have really gone up to North Dakota today, but I just didn't see it. I did not see it, chat. I didn't see it till it was way too late, and then I knew I was going to miss it. If echo tops jump higher or stay the same on this, we'll go north around Atkinson. I don't think the storm's moving as fast as new Echo Top scan here shortly. If this thing stays wide enough, we'll go north. Just seems like once it gets too far east, it moves into the poor lapse rates here and just struggles. It's a little mini up there. There should be more minis though. Try to go further west. The ground level of that sort of the north makes me get slightly elevated. Guys, this storm here. You can kind of see that scud rising off the ground there. I don't really like to see that, but I'll try and cool you guys off here. Once again, you're overheating. I don't know why, but you guys love to overheat. Overheating for the love of the game. Give me that Echo Top update. I have to imagine it looks fairly similar. To play the land spout threat or the supercell? Eternal questions that you answer every time you storm chase, pretty much. Especially if you're from Colorado. Tops just fell. Thinking we're just gonna go west. There's just a bunch of random scud underneath it that's not really doing anything. I think we'll just play the riskier land spout stuff. It's not particularly photogenic, a particularly photogenic supercell either for whatever reason. hope that we can squeeze something better to the west. Got these towers going up here. Hopefully we get a nice little dirt tube over the middle of nowhere. Doing the same thing that earlier storm did, which makes sense. They're probably in the same environment, but still. Where it's like got that really low area on the leading edge and then nothing else, no other structure. I wonder what causes that. Because like I've only seen a couple storm environments do that. And most of them have actually been in Nebraska. judging on how these updrafts look over here, we're not getting a spout. Don't really see much updraft on that storm north anymore. Seems like for whatever reason these storms have been behaving a little bit more pop-up like than supercellular. Like they'll have some supercell structure to them, but then they'll just fall apart really fast. Atkinson now. I think we're just going to continue west. I haven't looked at the cams lately. I just wonder what went wrong, whether it's this little ridge building in. It's got to be what it is. Got to be what it is, chat. Rufus. Not the 18Z. The 18Z is the only one that, something like that. Go 22Z. We only need like 2 hours. 0Z. It has a very different look. Rufus is much slower on this system. HRRR appears to have, excuse me, a little better of a handle. It just has the storms firing too far east. We are in Atkinson. I think we're just gonna keep going west and hope we can get like super insanely lucky, but I don't think so. These bases are looking a little elevated to me. I don't think we're gonna see a tornado today. Thought there was a pretty good shot at one point this afternoon, but I wonder whether it was shear or whether it was height rises. Something's been squashing our storms today. Something that has been squashing these storms. School speed limit is love to find something worth seeing today, chat. Don't know that we will, though. Should have really woken up at 4 a.m. and gone to North Dakota, but just didn't make it in time. Didn't quite make it, but it is what it is. We'll have more opportunities. I don't know that I'll be out Wednesday, and I know I won't be out tomorrow. Yeah, there's got the classic elevated look. don't think we're going to see a tornado. It just seems like that. My guess is it's those height rise. I think it is probably going to just be a height rise problem. Alright, we gotta get moving here pretty soon. Here comes the Oh my god, it really condensed. I don't know if it's gonna work out for us to chat. Yeah, these cumulus are starting to look extra elevated. gotta get my fingers I'm probably just gonna head home and get some stuff done. Keep it on because we should be driving by some nice thunderstorms here on the way down. Probably get a hotel though. I'm not feeling a 6-hour drive tonight. Watch out, bird. Yeah, everything here is looking a little chopped though. We are looking pretty chopped. Westward we go, I guess. a half decent storm out of this. close to where I got in a couple of my first tornadoes. My third ever chase out here. Well, just in general, my third ever chase, but I have a couple of tornadoes out here. I think today's going to go down as a bust for us. We really should have got up and gone to North Dakota. It really wasn't that obvious until this morning. I'm still looking for my first great July tornado. Wednesday in North Dakota. Watch it be the same spot up in North Dakota. Yeah, the GI DFS loves, like the Iowa area. Alright, for some reason my phone has been perpetually overheating. I think we are pretty much chopped today, Chad. Been tough getting a supercell that sustains itself. jump in here and then stop the stream. I think that's pretty much it for today, unfortunately. Just struggled to get isolated supercells. I don't know why they struggled so much though once they did form. And then I got a 2-hour drive out to my hotel. What the problem was today, I really don't know. It's got to be those height rises, really. I mean, we had shear was a little wonky, but it was definitely good enough. Maybe too many swims, I don't know. We just never quite were able to maintain a supercell. Get one for about 30 to 45 minutes and then it would fall apart. So we'll stop for gas up here and then we'll call it a stream, and then I will drive to my hotel. I don't think I'm going to be live tomorrow. I don't like it very much. I really am trying to save myself for the upper echelon stuff, the stuff that looks, you know, pretty dang good. And I just got to keep on my toes. You know, it's really easy just to do a pretty stupid, lazy forecast and just target the SPC risk this time of year because you're tired. And that's pretty much what happened to me last night. I didn't even really look at North Dakota, and sure enough, it cost me tornadoes. But it's been a good year. Can't really complain about how this year has gone, honestly. But just want to stay on top of it because I really, really want a July, like a fully condensed July tornado. I've got February, March, April, May, June, and August. I've seen a couple tornadoes in some of the other months. Like I've seen a January tornado, I've seen September, October, and even December tornadoes. I don't have November though. But none of those were really that good. I'm just waiting for a really good looking setup. Where I can just kind of ball out. Because I don't mind chasing everything, but I want there to at least be a tornado or a supercell in my target. If there's neither of those, then I'm going to walk away feeling pretty annoyed here. But so let's check our chat real quick. Probably missed quite a bit of stuff. I haven't been reading chat that much. My iPad mount is broken, so I've only got the one phone here. So I think we're pretty much going to be wrapping stuff up here. 1 minute chat. One second, guys. I think that we're going to wrap it up here. I'm going to head home. I'm getting tired, chat. It's just getting so late in the season. It's getting to the point where it's just tough to push yourself to get out. It's tough to get up early. It's just been a really, really long year. It's been a constant grind this year. One of the longer grinds I've ever experienced. Thank you for the channel membership. Thank you for the raid, Patrick. I'm just seeing that. Thank you for the $4.99 there. Appreciate you guys so much. I think that I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day. I'm just exhausted, chat, legitimately. I'm ready to work on some YouTube videos and get that stuff out, but as long as the season's gonna do stuff, I'm gonna try to be there. Like, there were tornadoes today up in North Dakota, some really nice ones, but I just completely, you know, I didn't see it till it was too late. I stayed up last night working on stuff, and it cost me, but I'm so tired right now that I'm not like, oh, you know what I mean? I'm not that upset about it, so we'll see what the rest of July brings. There's going to be quite a few setups. They have a bunch of risks out. They have a slight risk tomorrow, a marginal the following day, and then they have a 15% on Thursday. So we'll probably be out a couple days this week. I can't make any promises. It's July. Stuff tends to change really last minute in July. So you're not really looking at your storm chases a week out like you are in April. You're getting like maybe 1 to 2 days notice. But I think that's pretty much all I've got. Have a great rest of your night. Stay safe. And I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great night.